movie notes on I, Robot 2004 film, 15 November 2024 viewing. I came back approximately 20 years later. This is my own copy, my personal DVD collection. And I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. And I decided to get a little creative with this, the description this time. And so for the movie, for this viewing, so I decided for my description of the movie is it's a fiction film about a detective investigating the death of a scientist and find that maybe machines, including robots, have become their own scientists and might have killed the human scientist. So my emphasis for this viewing is on scientist. And specifically, I was like, so how, it's kind of addressing the concerns of what if we humans build all of this technology and all these machines and all these robots and they start to be able to think for themselves. So essentially, I decided to phrase that as, okay, so then they kill the human scientists because they become the scientists, essentially, right? They don't need the human scientists to work on them because they can do the science themselves. Okay, so I just started to go for it. I was watching it and it was a interesting one to watch because Will Smith at one point in this movie, okay, there's like, towards the beginning, there's like, he's talking, I think, was it the character's mom? He was talking to the character's mom or something. And there's like a sweet potato or a pumpkin pie and he like puts a spoon into it and she's like, put that on a plate. And I remember, it's like, some things haven't changed from viewing this, like, back closer to when it came out. It was I don't think I have eaten an entire pie. Like, just sat down and eaten an entire pie. And I haven't eaten a pie like that the character did. But I was like, I'm over 31.00 years of age. And I was like, huh. Okay, so there's one thing. And then he also shows off a pair of Converse sneakers, like high top sneakers. I was like, I did eventually buy a pair of Converse. My feet, so I have like what, moderate to high arches. My feet are not built for Converse shoes. And I think, did I present at a science conference in 2014 with wearing a pair of Converse? I don't know, or did I think I bought them in 2014 or something. And it was interesting, they got scuffed up really easy and they were very heavy. I was like, these are not running shoes by any means. So as a runner, I was kind of like, no. But like, it was really, like, they're really flat. And I was like, I got arches. I can't. So I've only actually bought one pair of Converse, if I'm recalling correctly. So don't quote me on that. But I was watching it and I was like, yeah, they were a huge fad when I was growing up. My sister continues to rock Converse. Though she didn't start until like this decade, maybe. At least not, but yeah, so she likes them now. 20 years later comes full circle that she likes them. But I mean, I was like, yeah. So sometimes, like, it's like there are trends or fads, and it's like there's trying out of a fad, and the Converse one, the high tops kind of were a fit for my sister, whereas not necessarily for me. So I was like, yeah, I was in watching this. I was like, yeah, I did eventually try that out. And it was a no-go for me. I did get a pair of, I had something similar to Converse, or it wasn't the high tops. I got like a gray pair, and those ones were okay. They looked more professional. I was in science, science. Okay, but yeah, so that was, yeah. So they maybe had two pairs, but only one of the like black and white high tops ones, and it was a no. And it gave me, like, it rubbed on my skin. It wasn't. They were not a fit on arches nor how they were cut. In terms of the science of this, so I think I do have coding experience. I do have computer programming, which, depending on what one's in, that's like basic computer science. So that's kind of relatively new from when I did this in high school, though I did take web design when I was in middle school and kind of stuff. So I'd say this is one that some people in science get concerned about like the waking of machines, though I would say it's definitely more of a concern when people have zero background or education in computer science. And then there are some people who kind of, I had the professor for my computational physics class at the University of Hawaii at Manoa. He kind of said the goal is to not be afraid of one's computer by the end of this course. And that wasn't a concern I had about myself, but it was kind of like, you know, a teaching philosophy. And it was kind of like, a lot of people get scared of computers or machines because they don't know anything about the basic science of how computers work. So I'd say it's one of those areas where it's kind of like, I wasn't concerned before I went in and gained that kind of experience, but gaining that experience was just kind of like, and humans with bad intent can do even more bad damage, right, than woke machines with bad intent. Except for it's made of metal and a human is made of flesh, but that doesn't mean the damage from a bad intent human is any better. So I think there's a little bit of that reality check of, I've had enough bad things happen in my life, and I have enough computer science experience where it's like, well, there's a little bit of a trade-off. It's not like all humans are good in intent. There's that reality check. So if somebody's very privileged, they might not see that as a trade-off, or if they haven't thought about it that way, right, that kind of thing. So here's a question for human businessmen in robotics, such as the single Elon Musk who claims he likes me. Would they rather have press coverage or sex in their manufacturing plants instead? Yeah, Elon Musk, do you want to lay me in your Tesla factory? Because if you do, gotta drop that press coverage. All right, so right, that kind of thing. So if he really likes me, does he really like me? Does he love me? Does he love my body? Does he want my body? Does he want me to love his body? There we go, Mr. King of Robots. The single one, the real one, the Elon 3.0 who likes me. What happened to the 1.0 and 2.0? Are there 25.0s? Anyway, those are my movie notes on iRobot 2004 film, 15 November 2024 viewing.